and welcome to Off the Tracks, your number one podcast right here on YouTube. Everything related to theme parks. This is episode number 10 and is the 31st of January 2020. Across the table from me, we do have Lewis. How are we, Lewis?
Hello. Today has been, yet again, another good day.
It's been a good day. It really has. You've got a new YouTube channel, am I right thinking?
Oh, yes. So my channel is based on gaming, but every now and again I do a vlog. It's called Squarebox Gamer, and I'll put it in the description below.
Ah, there you go. So, yeah, if you're into your games and stuff, make sure you check over there. Okay, our discussions, should I say, really, today is going to be...
Chessington World of Adventure.
Chessington World of Adventure. Now, we didn't visit Chessington World of Adventure last year, unfortunately not.
No.
I don't know why we didn't, but, you know... but we have been to the park many times. It's a fantastic family park. Yeah. 100%. You got Thorpe Park down the road, which is for the teens, the thrill seekers, the adult audience, if you want to call it. And then just down the road, 20 minutes down the road, you do have Chessington World of Adventure, which is a very family kind of theme park, I'd say. Yeah, they're going more down the family route.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts then on Chessington World of Adventure?
So like you said, it's really good for families because it's like Thorpe Park. There's like one or two rides, but there's also a safari there.
Yeah, there is.
Really good. And there's a lot of rides for little ones, which is perfect.
Well, this is what I'm saying with the family thing. But what I got with the safari is, my God, does that take up some queue times, mate. Wow, I think we queued in it for, oh my gosh, it was about a good 2 hours, and there's no shade at all. So if you're going on a baking day... I remember when you took your friend Leo, and it was absolutely roasting, and we looked at the queue and we're like, yeah, it's like a 2 hour queue, and we're going to be roasting in this. But the safari itself, it's good-ish. Right. If it's got a huge queue, I would avoid it if it was me. But overall, the whole theme park itself, it does have over 40 attractions and rides, 4 roller coasters and 2 water rides as well.
That's incredible.
Which is really good. It does have a Go Ape. It even, like you said, it has a zoo, which is really cool.
And it has a sea life centre.
It does have a sea life centre. You're right. It's a very tiny sea life centre. Well, from what I can remember, I think I've only been in there once or twice. Yeah, it's
not big.
No, it's not big at all. To be fair, it's like right, we've got a bit of spare.
It's not as big as Alton Towers Sea Life. Oh,
the best one for Sea Life Centre in a theme park I would have to say 100% is Alton Towers.
Yeah.
The theming and stuff is incredible. It really is. Rides. Let's talk about it.
There's a lot of rides. You have I think the latest ride we went on at the time was the Gruffalo boat. The
Gruffalo, which used to be Bubble Works. Pretty much it's a water ride. You know, like a little raft, pretty much, and it tells you the story of the Gruffalo. I was never, when I was a kid, that is, never really read the Gruffalo. I don't think you guys ever read the Gruffalo itself, so we weren't that too excited. There was tons of people there going, oh, Gruffalo, but we were never really...
into it.
It was a good ride for the youngsters, the kids. I remember taking Bella Boo. She loved it. I mean, for little kids, it's brilliant. It's fantastic.
She was laughing throughout the entire
She was, wasn't she? She had this big grin on her face. So if you do it, and she was only 18 months. I can't remember now. But yeah, she wasn't old at all. No. So you can take youngsters on there. It's quite funny though, because outside the ride itself, there's just tons of pushchairs.
Yeah.
So it is good. But down the road from the Gruffalo, should I say, is the Vampire.
Oh, the Vampire.
I loved the Vampire. Pretty much, it's a suspended swinging coaster. It's a very old ride. I think it's older than Nemesis.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's 27 years old. I know Nemesis is 25. It's just celebrated it last year. But yeah, I think it's old. It's older than Nemesis.
Blimmin' hell.
But I do remember. Do you remember when we took Liam?
Oh yeah.
Pretty much, we were going to do this whole thing where you can do like a parent swap. So if your child is too small, they can still come in the queue line with you, but then you kind of go on the ride and then you do like a swap over. If you're young, if your kid's quite young. Anyway, we took Liam with us in the queue line thinking, he's too little. However, though, 1.1, that ride should not be a 1.1. It swings ridiculously outwards.
There's a neck breaker in one of the bits.
Oh my gosh, near the end and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a very quick ride. I actually generally like Vampire. It could do with a bit of a vamping up a bit, but like you say, it's 26, 27 years old or whatever.
Well, the first time I went on it, I wasn't a big roller coaster fan, so I'm pretty sure I cried.
Did you cry? Did you cry
like
on it?
most rides.
A bit like Smiley when he first went on it.
Oh,
He
yeah.
literally was like, "Get me off this ride!" And it's like, "No, dude, you'll be fine."
Well, obviously after that, it was alright. I guess it's not the best ride I've been on, but if I see it, I would go on it.
For someone for 1.1,
Oh, it'd be
a
amazing.
child, a coaster like that, because it's quite high.
Yeah, you go like around the theme park-ish.
No, you go around the area where the
Yeah.
villages and stuff like that, and then you go into the trees and stuff. Vampire. Yeah, I just couldn't believe it then that it's a 1.1 ride. But it's great for him. Don't get me wrong. Especially, did you enjoy it, Liam? In fact, Liam is in the studio.
Oh yeah.
We haven't got him mic'd up or anything, but did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good ride. Dragon's Fury, the second coaster.
For some reason,
Not Max spinning coaster. It's a steel spinning coaster, a bit like Spinball Wizard at Alton Towers.
it's a 1.2, but that doesn't make any sense because Vampire's 1.1.
It's got to be something to do with the restraints,
I don't know.
the seating. Yeah, do you know what? I didn't even think of that. That ride itself is the best spinning coaster I've ever been on.
Really?
Yeah. I think how close you get to the trees. I remember
It
your
gets
mum went
high.
on it and she just screamed all the way around it. It's really ridiculously quick. Like I say, it is a 1.2 ride. It's good. I enjoy it. If anything, it is the best ride I would say there at Chessington World of Adventure.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Cause it's like Wicker Man-ish like height, but it goes high. Can you just say that?
It goes slightly high. Although I don't get this because it's all on weight system.
Yeah.
There's a big giant scale, and you've got to all four of you got to stand on this scale just to make sure that no one's heavier enough
that's
to
funny.
actually get onto the ride, which is a bit odd. But yeah, that's another ride what also picks up big queues. The
Huge.
throughputs are quite slow. What I go to say is very slow. But overall, I would definitely go on it. I wouldn't queue for more than 30 minutes. I would say
I'll take
on
25.
on the Dragon's Fury.
Yeah.
In my eyes, personally,
It's an alright coaster.
it's all right coaster. Any other rides, dude?
Well, obviously, there's a new area coming.
We have to talk about the new area. Yeah, now, unfortunately, Ramson Revenge, which was the top spin, people are like, what's a top spin? It's pretty much, it's like Ripsaw, what used to be at Ripsaw at Alton Towers. Now, that whole area is being completely destroyed, and now they're building this whole new area called the Rainforest area. I think it's got up to 3 rides, I want to say, not 100% sure. They haven't really gave out that much detail about it. It is coming this year. I do think there's a river. I think there's river rafts, jungle rangers, which I'm assuming it's like a car adventure as you go into the jungle, and then they've got this drop tower.
The treetop hoppins.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Well, it's got this 20-meter drop tower. Now, it's not. In my eyes, I don't think it's going to be intense because they're aiming for families.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's a 20-meter drop. It's not going to be like Detonator, where really you can feel the force of it all. Because, like I say, Thorpe Park is a very adulty park, and Chessington, they're trying to go down the theme of families. It looks really, really good, to be fair. The height, what I think it's going to go for is 1.1.
Yeah, if it's family based, then
Yeah.
yeah 1.1.
I think a 1.1, and pretty much I'm going to try to show you some graphics of it. It's a big giant tower, but you kind of fall into the crocodile's mouth. I love that idea. I think it's so unique. It's brilliant.
So there was a water ride. I don't know if it's at a different theme park. I thought there was a water ride where you go into like a dragon's mouth. Am I thinking a different theme park?
Yes, that is the Tiger Rocks, which
yeah.
opened in 2018. Yeah, it used to be a China themed boat ride. It was, but
Yeah.
now they've turned it into this like tiger area where there is actually real tigers walking around.
Really?
Yeah, but obviously they're
Tamed.
caged up in certain ways, and you
Oh.
do go over. In my eyes, I think it's a gimmick. 9 out of 10, you don't see a tiger because they're not performers. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? They want to sleep, they want to hide or whatever. They're not going to go over the bridge. Some people have had fantastic experiences. They have that interacting with the tigers as you're on the ride.
I want that.
As I've never seen a tiger on it, and I've been on it a few times, but I've never seen one. It's a fantastic area. What they've done to it all. Where the tiger enclosure is, you can actually still walk round the tiger enclosure, and so you can still see the tigers, but they've kind of merged that enclosure onto the ride itself, which is a good idea. I can see where they were going for. I like their thought, their forward thinking of, let's make this into, it's never been done before, let's do it. So in my eyes, I think it's a way forward. I think it's very clever, but unfortunately sometimes you can go on it and go, I ain't seen no tigers.
No.
It could be very dangerous because tigers known for also eating other animals that could kill other humans.
Thank you, Liam. Thank you for the input on that. I must admit, there is one particular ride. I think it was your first ride on there that you ever did, and I think that was the Cobra. I think it was called the disc.
Yeah,
The Zamperla Disco
yeah.
ride. I really enjoy that. It's the first thing you come to when you come through the entrance, depending on, because there is 2 entrances.
Yeah.
Depending on which entrance you're coming down through. If you're going for the top one, it's right in front of you, near the massive jungle kiddie soft play area. It's a good ride. I like it. I do.
I do.
Yeah, it does take a lot of throughputs, a lot of people to get onto the ride. I think it's something like, I don't know, 34 people, 50 people it holds.
The queue goes quick.
It does go really quick, I must admit. Yeah, it's a good ride. Something to pass the time anyway, especially with the Cobra ride. It's the only thing I have with the Cobra is it's so uncomfortable. The restraints, you know what I'm on about, where it comes on the back.
Yeah, it proper squishes you in it, and
you kind of like, yeah, it's
sometimes it gets that tight, you can't breathe properly.
No, and you can't enjoy the ride.
And then it just goes, and then you're like, oh, God's sake.
No, but overall, the Cobra ride itself is all right. There's another ride, I must admit, that I hate. I think it should be chucked out the water completely, and that is a rattlesnake. It should be called a rattle, shake, and roll or whatever, because, by God, I came off there with bruises. It is the worst ride I've ever been to. Now, me and Haley always joke when we go on rides, and pretty much what rattlesnake is, it's a wild mouse steel coaster, and you're just doing this. You're weaving in and out, but you're squeezing in to the next person as you're going around these corners and stuff.
It hurts.
Oh.
I remember getting all excited from oh my God, it's gonna be really good. I got on it, and after 10 seconds, ow, this really hurts.
I don't get it. I don't think it's got loops in it.
No, it literally. I think the only intense bit is where it goes down and then comes back up again. It just does the same thing.
It's a 1.4 ride. It's the only 1.4 ride there. I think that coaster is nothing. I'm confused of why it's a 1.4.
I have no idea.
If you guys know why, make sure you comment below. Let us know, because I ain't got a foggiest of why it's a 1.4 ride, because in my eyes, there's no loops in it. The restraints are normal. I know they were quite strict on the height because you were just 1.4.
Yeah.
And I mean, they measured you 3 or 4 times just to double check. You know what I mean? So, rattlesnake itself, I think it's not even been open quite regular, to be fair. It kind of opens now and then. But yeah, if it's not open, don't cry about it, because it's not.
Not good.
It's not good at all. Anything else? Any other rides, mate?
There is the Scorpion Express.
Scorpion Express, the power coaster, a bit like the Runaway Mine Train.
Yeah.
At Alton Towers. I think you get a 2-lap special. It's all right.
It's okay.
The queue line is brilliant because they've actually got scorpions in the queue line.
Oh yeah, because I swear there's the scorpion in the middle as well. It's metal and
Yeah.
it shoots fire. And
Yeah, that splits water and fire at you.
Yeah.
It's a 2-lap special. But yeah, in the queue line itself, as you're queuing up for it, they've got this dark room with the black light on it, and you can see the scorpions. I think that's really, really cool.
It is a really.
To be fair, I've never known a queue line like that. It is. It's a good ride, especially for youngsters. Like I say,
Yeah.
it's not a adulty park. It's not. It's there for the family. It's there for kids to see. And have a good time as a family all. It's a very busy park though. I must admit, it's one of the. Every time we've gone, it's been slightly busy.
Yeah.
All the time. But there is one ride which I think is one of the worst dark rides. I'd even take Jewel, which I'm not a fan of, over, and that is Tomb Blaster.
Oh my god, it's terrible.
The gun system is awful. I don't know, you just...
It hurts.
It's just the scenery is pants. The animatronics are old. It's just the queue line. It's ridiculously long.
That's where you have to just shoot spiders.
I can't remember that much. I think I saw there's a big giant. Is it like Egypt time?
Yeah.
It's not in my eyes. It's not.
The shooting's stiff, so after like a minute or two, your fingers hurt.
Yeah,
it's just not good.
It's all right. It's not the greatest.
No.
However, though, I will just point out, if you are driving to Chessington World of Adventure, make sure your car has decent suspension, because the car park itself is flipping awful. I mean, there's rocks, there's potholes everywhere in the car park itself. So Chessington World of Adventure, sort your system out, please do, because whoa, there's so many cars as well there where like they're looking at their car going, oh my god, my wheel's buckled, or my suspension. So sort out your car park, because it's bad, really bad. Also, can I just say the fact of, if you are going to Chessington World of Adventure and you do have kids, don't go on a Saturday, because we worked out that it is ridiculously busy on the Saturdays. Sundays are quite quieter, but it's the Saturdays which are absolutely human. So I'm just going to give you a heads up, pretty much.
They're always like half an hour queues, an hour queue. It's not a good day to go.
No, it's not. It's not.
Especially when it's hot.
Also, Chessington, I'm glad that they're doing something. They're putting this new area in.
Yeah.
Because it did need it, let's be honest. There's not many. I think they did say something about they've got 10 themed areas. I can't think of 10 themed areas at all. At the top of my head, I'm trying to think.
Egypt, there's one.
I don't know.
There's a jungle swing.
I don't quite know. But overall, it's a good theme park. If, like I say, if you've got families, go there, Chessington World Adventure, because like you say, you've got the zoo there, so it's not all about the rides. You've got the safari, which is great. You've got the sea life centre bit, which is brilliant.
What to do?
Oh, there's tons to do. In fact, there's actually a new ride as well. I'm not 100% sure all about it, and that's Room on a Broom. It opened last year, I think it was last year. It's on a storybook telling pretty much what we've got in at Alton Towers this year from David Walliams.
Ooh,
they're kind of going down that route. Like I said, they've got a Go Ape rope course, high ropes course, which is brilliant. I think you do have to pay extra though for that. I don't think it's free inside the park unless you got like a Merlin pass and you get some discount off from it all.
Yeah.
But overall, Chessington World of Adventure. As a 14-year-old, would it be a thumbs up or a thumbs down for yourself, for your own experience?
Well, there's obviously ups and downs, but I would give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up, would you?
Yeah.
Me, as a family man, take my kids to theme parks. I definitely think it's a thumbs up. It's a fantastic park. There's so much to do for all ages, to be fair. Like I said, they have dipped into the older, so if you do have older kids, there is 4 roller coasters, like I said. They got Rattlesnake, Vampire,
Dragon's
Fury, yeah, and Cobra. Yeah. I'm sure I'm missing one. Or it could be the Scorpion Express. That's it.
That's the one.
But yeah, I'm happy with Chessington World Adventure and where they're going. At least that's the theme park what knows what it wants.
Yeah.
There's too many where they just drop all these coasters, these rides or whatever in, and good luck.
It goes.
Yeah, see how it goes. So that is it. That is our topic of Chessington World of Adventure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I say, make sure you go. So this time, it is time for
Question time.
Okay, this is question time. This is where give you the opportunity to send in your questions to me and Lewis, and we'll try and give you an honest answer. So, Lewis, have we got a question then?
Yes, I have got a question of Nigel Greenwood, and he
Hello,
asks,
Nigel.
What is your favourite roller coaster of all time?
My favourite, I've answered this a few times, and that has to be Woden at Europa Park, the best wooden coaster I've ever been on. There's loads of coasters out there. I definitely think Woden or whatever you want to call it, it's a fantastic coaster. In fact, we've actually booked our trip to Europa Park in April, May.
I don't know. You haven't told me.
April. I think it's April. So watch out for the vlog for that. And get Lewis's first reaction on Wodan and see if it is his number one coaster. See if it gets knocked off. Was it Red Force your number one coaster?
Yeah, it was Red Force.
Yeah. So see if that gets knocked off its pedestal. But yes, thank you, Nigel. It's definitely Wodan, my number one coaster, and it will always be number one in my eyes. I think it's brilliant. I have a love for it.
We have Cedar Point soon, so.
Oh, Cedar Point! Cannot wait for Cedar Point.
Oh yes.
That'll be coming soon. Okay, we've got a question, Lewis. Here we go. It goes through Sarah Noman. I think it's Noman. I do apologise. She asks, what theme park would you most recommend in Europe?
So I have actually answered this one, and I'd say Portaventura. Because there is so many rides, there's so many areas to go, and most of them are for little kids. There is like 2 or 3 roller coasters which are for like big people, but a lot of them are just for kids. And
yeah, it caters for all ages.
Yeah,
pretty much. So Portaventura. Mine is going to be. Do you know what? I'd say Portaventura as well.
A lot of shows.
Because at least you guarantee the weather. Let's be honest. Because it's in Silo. It's always sunny in Silo. But yeah, Portaventura definitely. It's a very expensive part. I know some people can get, if you can get some good deals, then go for it. But it's trying to get the best deal is hard.
Yeah.
But the park itself, I don't even know how much it is to get into the park because we went all inclusive and all this lot when just outside Portaventura, so it included the tickets, the park tickets with it. But yeah, if you can get some good deals and you can get a cheap Ryanair flight or EasyJet or there is other plane companies, make sure you go over there and check out Portaventura.
It is a good thing.
So you can also anything else, anything discussion would you like to think of?
Can't really think of anything, no.
You can also catch us on our social medias on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Don't forget to watch our last podcast last week where we discussed... What did we discuss?
Busch Gardens.
Busch Gardens, that was it, Busch Gardens. So make sure you check that out when me and Lewis discussed all the rides and stuff. So I'm Danny.
And I'm Lewis.
Thank you for watching Theme Park Family. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.